Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video. My name is Mahe and today I'm going to be showing you how I mix my beats. So if you want to see how I made this beat with the drums, check out the last video. That's where I went into details. But so go watch that video and then come back watch this one to see how I'm actually going to mix it. So I actually mixed the beat off camera because it's a very long, boring process. It's just very repetitive and very boring. And if I recorded that and then removed all the boring parts, it would be like 2 minutes. So I decided to mix off camera, and now I'm gonna, show you guys what I did. So there are two important things when it comes to mixing. The first thing is your gain staging, and then the effects, right? So like the reverb, the EQs, and everything else. So by gain staging, what I mean is, if you look here, you'll see that every sound has its own volume, and that's because with gain staging, basically what you want to do is have all the sounds at the same volume, so that when you level the sounds, you actually get an accurate result, right? So let's say you want to level your snare at 18 decibels, right? If the sample is louder than the kick, then even if you level it to 18 decibels, it's still going to sound louder. But when you put all the sounds at the same volume and then you level, you get an more accurate result, right? So what I do is I level everything to 12 decibels. So okay, this is the kick, for example, and the 808, and then this is one of the melodies, for example. Wait, this one, right? Let me just copy it, reset it, right? And then turn off all the effects. So usually this is what it would sound like. So it doesn't go higher than 12, right? So similarly with everything else. So then after that, that's when I actually start reducing the volumes and leveling each sound. So for my melodies, after adding all the effects, I like to level them at 27 decibels. So if we play this, you can see that it's at 27 decibels, right? So for the kick, let's do this. For the kick, it's at 12. Same thing for the 808. For the 808, the reason it doesn't have like the punch is because I increased this amount. So this is what it sounds like. If I reset it, this is what it sounds like. So there's that attack in the beginning, and I don't want that because it clashes with the kick. So once you increase the this knob, right, you get rid of the attack. All right, that sounds good, right? So now when you play the 808 and the kick, it doesn't clash, right? Because you're getting the attack from the kick and the rest of the sound from the 808. So yeah. Next thing is the hi-hat, right? So I put an EQ at 3000 hertz and stereo separator. For the kick and 808, I didn't add anything except for a compressor in the 808, because even though it was on 12, it kept jumping up when the 808 goes higher. like to a higher note. So I added the compressor so that it's always at 12 decibels. See, it doesn't change, right? So yeah, back to the hi-hat, EQ, stereo separator, and I put it at 27, which is the same number for all the melodies. So for the clap, right, I have 3 claps. All I did was an EQ at 200 hertz and leveled them at 18 decibels. So I'll play each one by one. And then here I have a crash for the EQ, okay, 200 hertz, and then stereo separator, right, to make it more wide. So let's go back to the melodies, right? So I have nothing, like the melodies, I don't really put that much effort into mixing them, because like if it's not something crazy, it doesn't need anything crazy, right? So like the most important thing is to pick good sounds, and if you pick good sounds, then you won't really need to add like a million effects, right? Because the sound is good. So usually with my melodies, all I do is EQ them, right? Add reverb, and then stereo enhancer, right, for some stereo separation. And then, as I said before, I put them at 27 decibels. Except for the bass, right, I add an EQ at 30 hertz. So I remove everything below that, because that's usually where the sub bass is, and I don't use a sub bass, so it's not really needed, right? And for the leveling, the same thing at 27. So that's everything together, right? So I'll play the whole beat after you mix it. This is what it will sound like. So now let's arrange the beat, right? So I already arranged the melody in my last video, but now I'm gonna arrange the drums, right? So this is the whole beat arranged, and yeah, this is the whole beat arranged. There's not much to it, right? The main thing is the melody. So after you finish the whole beat, what you want to do is for your master, right? Usually when I'm working on the beat, I add a soft clipper, but then I remove it and replace it with the Maximus, right? So let's pick a loud part, which is usually this, right? And okay, so my settings for the Maximus is the same for every beat. It doesn't really matter, because all you really want is the beat to be at 0 decibels but not clip, right? So for the threshold, I add it at 20%, right? For the ceiling, obviously it's 0 decibels. For the post, I usually, like, this depends on your gain staging and leveling, right? So if you level your beats louder than mine, like my melodies are on 27 decibels, but you can go higher, right? I know some people level their melodies at 12 and their kicks and 808s at 0 or even 3. So this is going to like be different for you, but for the post, for my beats, I do 11.5. It depends on the beat, but like I'll start at 10 and usually end at 11.5. So with this, what you're trying to do is make sure that the beat is hitting 0 decibels and it's not going down, right? It has to like be at 0 decibels and stay at 0 decibels. So it has to be on the line and not moving for the whole hook part, right? So yeah, I ended up at 11.5, and that's about it. That's about it for mixing my beats, right? So usually what I'll do is add my beat tag and then maybe some like transitions and stuff, but that's about it. Like that's the main process. So yeah, that's about it. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. It helps me out and I appreciate it a lot. So yeah, as I said before, if you want to know how I made this melody and the drums, check out the last video and then come back and watch this one. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.